I grew up in a single mother household. My mom never went to college. It was an expectation that me and my sister were going to go to college, and also that we were going to at least get a master's. 4 years ago, my mom unexpectedly passed away, and so every single day, I tried to live my life being just a sliver of the type of person that she was.
My parents immigrated here, and my parents supported me, but it was also really challenging just trying to go through school alone.
I grew up in a really small town in southern Illinois, very farming-focused community, and so because of that, I don't have a huge support system that knows a lot about my PhD.
The first 2 years at Georgia Tech were honestly very tough. Grad school can be very lonely.
One of the problems the United States faces is we don't have enough students going into science. We have students from all over the world. We get tremendous talent, but we also need to have more students from the United States pursuing advanced research.
As we all know, STEM is everywhere. Like everything that we do in our lives is being touched in some form or fashion by STEM. And so I find it very important in the future that we're educating more people in these spaces so that they're not just being consumers of technology, but producers as well.
Without funding support, you risk losing these scientists to non-scientific endeavors. Without the funding, these students might be looking elsewhere for their future.
In 1958, a group of women volunteers created a unique partnership between science and society. This was the beginning of ARCS Foundation, which became a model for women's philanthropy for science education. The Atlanta chapter has provided over $6.5 million for over 1,000 individual scholar awards.
My second year here, I was selected to be an ARCS scholar, and I was so ecstatic.
Getting the ARCS scholarship, I think, was a pretty pivotal point in my career. I think it really made me realize that there were people there to support me in science.
Financial security is one of those things that gives me peace of mind, not just in order to kind of progress my research, but just to live as a human and progress as a person.
BlackRock Atlanta's partnership with the ARCS Foundation started in early 2020, where we sponsored 6 ARCS scholars. For us, it's about recruiting the best and brightest talent, and innovation is one of the key ways that we can continue to meet our clients' needs.
The ARCS Award does more than give our scholars the money to pursue their research. It also gives them the knowledge that there is an unbiased community that believes they and their research will change the world.
The financial support is great, but for me, the community aspect has been even better, honestly, just because neither of my parents came from STEM fields, and so it's all new to them too. And so having this community that's constantly encouraged me, knowing that there are people cheering me on, even if I don't know them all by name, is really helpful.
I don't know if I can fully articulate how much it means to have someone to believe in me. There's this support system that's allowing me to kind of grow and push these boundaries where it can be very difficult and scary, but it's like, it's okay because they have my back.
I love sitting at the table with the donors, with the volunteers, and just seeing how passionate they were about us. I didn't feel alone for the first time in a while.
There is certainly a bond that forms between our donors and their scholars, but there is also a bond that forms between ARCS members, our donors, and our universities.
I know ARCS Atlanta supports students at Emory, but also at Morehouse, Georgia Tech, and University of Georgia. And so this is just another thread that knits these great universities in Atlanta together.
My students who are ARCS scholars are driven students. You know, they're students who want to make a difference. Everybody wants to solve something really complex. It's this drive to just fix something that's horribly broken that you feel you can make a difference from.
I'm studying chemical engineering, and what I'm working on is trying to pull water out of air so that we can produce drinking water for areas around the world that just doesn't have that much water anymore.
I do research for CO2 capture. I'm working with these solid contactors that will absorb the CO2 from atmosphere or flue gas. Research has shown us that in the next 10 to 22 years, our temperature will rise 1.5 to 2 degrees Celsius, which will have an impact on every aspect of our society.
I hope that my mom's proud of me and the things that I've accomplished and that I will accomplish. I'm not just doing this for me, I'm doing it with my mom in mind.
There's a lot of work that needs to be done, and it's not something that can just be done by the researcher. Not just, support financially, but really also to brag about what we're doing. It helps bring more people in, more attention to it.
When you support the ARCS Foundation, you are truly investing in and you're supporting both scientific and technological innovation. Full stop.
We want these students to believe that if we give them the support, they can use this technology to really create better treatments for everybody in this world.
Even if you don't know the names or the faces of the people that you're impacting, knowing that you are making that huge impact is so important. And those who you are impacting are so very thankful.
Our scholars are some of the finest minds at the finest universities in the country. We're proud of our scholars and proud of the part we're able to play as they change the future.